to continue to use it. Still deciding. This is my PvE, like it's the Rick the Rentis one, and the reason is because it has so much magic suppression, you don't have a lot of room for other stats. And the reason I like my PvP one is I've got a little bit of magic suppression, but a ton of magic boost. So I still can be an offensive player even while I'm kind of nestled in a wonderful world of MSUP. Yeah, I haven't decided yet what I'll do with that, but I'm going to continue to make it and test it, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and not lose our train of thought. I'm like a raccoon. Something shiny. There we go. My typing today. Oy. Alright, so we're just going to drag. And the great thing is, I mean, you could get lost real easy trying to find things in here. So knowing what the 191 means is really helpful. And you'll know if you accidentally repeat it. See, I clicked the wrong thing. All you have to do is delete it. Click the right thing. And if there's a space, that's okay. It doesn't really matter, but I like it to look pretty, so I'll make it nice and neat. And when you click it, ta-da! And I know that that's the right armor, and I know that that's the right, because they match, see. I have the other shield that matches this, but I have the eternal shield, as you notice, so I'm waiting for the mythic before I use a one-time skinnable skin. That comes the fashion. That's one of the nice things about being a cleric, because you get lots and lots of skin choices. Alright. So now we're moving on to the PvP stuff. So, and I've run out of space. Now what you can do is, let me fix that. What you can do is just use the additional space over here, and so that's what I'm going to do for at least one of my sets, because I know I have run out of space. Actually, this is my old macro stuff, so I do have the space to do this. And see how easy you just click, click, click. Another way to do macros is to just link, and I'll actually show it to you in this one. We're going to do PvP MR. Let me see if I can fit resist in there. Nope. So MR. Okay, let me just show you another way to do this. This is my MR set. You can do this. See, I'm dragging it straight from the... Problem with that is, if you look at the names of some of this gear, it's like Shepherd's Divine, awesome, super cool handguards. Shepherd's Divine, super cool and it gets... You only have so much space that you can put in here. And so using something where it's quick bar 191 or quick bar 393 or whatever, you're going to save yourself a lot of space, and you won't run out of room and not be able to fit an entire gear set on there. I ran into that a lot when I had PvP armor I was trying to make macros of, is they wouldn't fit. So that's why I do it this way, because it's a lot easier. Now, I was talking before about things being named the same thing. One thing I did that it was a total bonehead move on my part. I was very tired, and I went to Panda, and I purified a pair of old 60E gloves, or 60 Augment 2 gloves, and I turned them into Shepherd, and at the time I thought that was a really good idea. I thought, way to go me. Yeah, I already had a pair, so I have Magic Boost ones and MR ones, which now have the same name, so when I do a macro for between my MR and M Boost set, I have to worry about that. I've been too lazy to just get another set of gloves, but eventually that's what I'm going to end up doing. But right now, when I do my gear macro, I have to mess with it. I have to just do the things that won't change, and then switch out my gloves. It's a pain in the butt. So my suggestion to you, when you are making your gear sets, is to make sure that they all have different names. I have a Shepherd set for Magic Boost, an Eclipse set for MR, a Remodel Danier set for MSUP, and a BM set for Block. all different. So they're really great. When I'm putting my macros together, it works really great because it's all different named. Not so much with the gloves. So this is an excellent reminder that I need to fix that. All right, so we were doing MR. Ba, 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 ba. And my hats are different. There we go. Now some people will have 2 sets for something and they don't mind going in and clicking. I right now don't prefer to do that. So I still have my old 60A hammer. That's just a preference. You can do whatever you want with your gear to the degree you're willing to click around. Go crazy, go nuts. If you want to have all the same gear and just kind of roll the dice every time you click your macro, you go right ahead. I will not stop you and I will not judge you. You're much more patient than I am. Excuse me, I still have that stupid cough. And talking doesn't help. Alright, so we've got our MR set. So PvP. I know I'd already done that. That's okay. And we're dragging, 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 dragging. There we go. Now I left this spot open because it will remind me that I need to get a glove. Now if I wanted to, I can go ahead and leave that in there, but I know in the back of my head when I click this, I might get my Magic Boost gloves. So we're going to find out. Okay, so we're going to go PvP MR. Oops. Did I not put it in there? Yeah. Okay, I didn't put it in. Alright, so we're going to click this. It'll take off all my armor and put on the gloves that I have. There we go. There. It actually put the right ones on. I'm thrilled. The thing that works out really nice is they're bright red gloves. And when I put on my boost set and all of a sudden I have bright red gloves on, I know that my macro has failed. Or I have failed because I put on the wrong gear. Macros basically work really nicely for minimizing mistakes. I'm not going to worry about the weapon because I'm usually wearing that weapon, and as you saw, when you click, let's say if I took off my gloves, when I click this MR thing, it's going to take off all of my armor, but it's going to put on my gloves. See? So here I sit with my gloves on. If you're already wearing something that's in the macro, you'll hear the different sound. Like, I'm going to go ahead, you hear that sound of taking off? There's very different sounds. And you'll know when you hear that little clunk, you're like, oh, something just fell off of me. And you know to, pull up your profile, have a look, and see where the mistake was. I know this seems really complicated because it's new. If you're new to macros, it's really not that bad. You just have to get used to it. And it is very helpful, as I'll show you in a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and just quickly finish these up here. It does take a little time out of your day. Alright, let's roll the dice and put the glove in there. And we'll call PvP and boost. PvP and boost. And see how I've got all of my little gear sets are all together. So I know got the PvE ones down here, PvP ones up here. Works really nicely. Alright, so let's see if my and boost one worked. Alright, so what did it take off me? My gloves. And that's okay. I just go in there and I find my gloves. Works just fine. And because I usually have my staff over here, because I change back and forth from a magic boost, I'm lost in my own skill bars. I have a magic boost staff and I have a magic accuracy staff. So I will usually have it like that, so I know where they are, and I know what my gear sets are based on this. I know where they are, so it works out really nicely. Alright, so let's go ahead and get out of this. And we'll get these last two done pretty quickly here. This is my M sub set. Just an aside while I'm doing this, if you are a cleric and you're looking for a nice M sub set, or if you're a cloth wearer, not even just a cloth wearer, I suppose gunners could use this set as well. This is the ancient coin set, and the reason it's really great for M sub is you can put, there's an ancient coin slot to put M sub 50s. The rest of it you can put whatever you want, but the stats of the armor already have MSUP built into them, and they have a little bit of PvP defense. MSUP sets, if you have not tried it yet, or if you're skeptical, ask somebody who has one. I am somebody who has one, and I will tell you, I went from getting 2-shot by gunners to face tanking them. It's wonderful. Seriously, seriously. If you have trouble with Sorks, if you have trouble with SMs, if you have trouble with clerics, anybody who's blowing you up because they're magic and you're not, or you just don't have defense, consider an M subset, because it's awesome. I know I said that the Shardy one, I was considering that, using it. The one, it's because I already have a really amazing one with this. And there's Sorks who will have, say, 4k damage. I don't want to get... I'm crazy about M subsets, but I don't want to get into it. But basically what M sub does is it cancels out magic boost 1 for 1. So if you have 1,000 magic boost and somebody has 1,000 M sub, you've just negated their entire magic boost. Okay? So 4,000 versus 4,000. Just kind of do the math. I can hit a little over 3,000 with my... It's called the kind of like the starter M subset. It's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. All right. I kind of like to keep all of my PvP armor on the same thing here. Now, as you can see, I have run out of gear, or run out of sets. I still have gear, but I'm out of sets. I usually don't keep my MSUP, the Vishardi set that I had, on a macro, so I went ahead and took that off. So we're just going to do this black one so we can finish. My black set is kind of a weird set because I decided to go for a little bit of a creepy look. And now I kind of like it, so I just leave it on there. Notice I ran out of space, so I'm just kind of making a little black cube. I put my running scrolls on my 12 key right here. So I have learned to not put a piece of gear there, because if I accidentally get to this skill bar, I'm going to accidentally hit that and end up taking off a piece of armor. So I always just keep my running scrolls here, or my buffs there, or whatever it might have. Actually, maybe that's what I'll do. Buffs, 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 buffs. Perfect. Alright, so this is going to be block. And this is our last one. And bless your soul if you've stuck with me this far. What am I running into here? Oh, it's because I'm using different lines. There we go. See, because I knew that. 3, 3, 3. Third line, third line, third line. 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2. Works out lovely. And 1, 1, 1. So now we're going to hit our block set. Except we're going to call it block instead of M-sub. Oh, watch me end up going out into the world screwed up because I wasn't paying attention during this video. Yeah, that's my M-sub set. Huh, what did I do? Wasn't paying attention. Don't mind me. When you do this, make sure you're just paying attention to your own sets. Now they're both going to work. There we go. Bam! I love this set. Look at it. Rawr. Okay. And every time I put on my block set, I'm reminded that I need to change the skin on my hammer because it doesn't match. Cleric troubles. Alright, well that was kind of a good example of how quickly you can change sets. So I've got different sets here. Magic Boost. MR. with, of course, the hand issue. MSUP. Notice we didn't hear anything fall off. Means everything went fine.